Hey folks, this is how it ends. But let's see how we got there. The Eighth Sonata is my newest piece of music that I've written thus far, and I wrote it in the winter and springtime of 2024 2025. I wanted to share some of the amazing music that's in this piece. This is sort of like a little buffet or like a little sampling of the piece. And I do have some serious plans to record the entire piece. That's my next project. So whenever I can slow down a little bit to do another recording project, which will probably be in the fall sometime. Um, the next project is going to be this, my Eighth Sonata, and I think it's a cool piece, and I wanted to share some of it with you. I started with the ending to show you how climactic it can be. Let me share with you some of the more passionate parts of the composition, and then I'll go a little bit through the first movement, give you a sneak preview of the second movement, and not all of it, just a little bit, and some of the third movement as well. The second movement, this is just a little excerpt of it. I have written in my score, sneaking around and F-wording around, sneaking around. This is like a really mischievous sort of piece, and it's like, it reminds me of when you were a kid and you like sneak around the house. That was the idea. And I had some video game imagery in that as well, like the gnomes or the little gnome guys in Golden Axe, when you'd go to sleep and those little gnomes would steal your potions. Stuff like that. So check out this little excerpt from the second movement. wanted to share a little bit of the third movement as well. The third movement is sort of a joyous reaction or response to the first movement, and as you've seen, kind of ends in glory, but has a lot of moments. There's some thematic material in it that I think is pretty cool. That works with stuff that I've done my whole life. I always do that. I have the moon theme, which actually occurs. You'll hear it in the first movement in one of these excerpts, where the lunar light shows through. That's that part. But I love this idea of thematic material that you don't just use for one piece, but thematic material that you evolve and develop throughout your entire career. And I've definitely been doing that for many, many years now, and it's sort of a stamp of my work. You'll always hear these themes come back. 9 times out of 10, they sound different. Like I've compositionally experimented with them, but yeah, I always come back to these ideas that I like to pepper in throughout my work. The eighth sonata, I'm very excited, like I said, to record, and I hope to do it hopefully this fall if everything goes right and if the creek doesn't rise and the good Lord is willing. And I know you get what I mean, but yeah, look forward to more material on the 8th. I plan to do a CD of it and a YouTube video of the entire thing. I wanted to share the score with you. This is the first edition that I did of the Eighth Sonata. This is my mom is a real photographer and loves to take nature photos. So I took one of her photos as the cover. And as you can see, this is the Winter Spring Sonata, and I really try to capture that feeling you get towards like the depth of winter into that wonderful feeling when spring finally arrives. So you can that last chord of the last movement is like finally the weather's nice. Sonata 8. Let's see how many pages it is. It is 32 pages, and yeah, this is the Eighth Sonata. I wanted to give you guys a little preview. Hope you enjoy.